let's say tomorrow you decide to start a company in Silicon Valley, right? In the US, in the States. Now, what happens over there is it's not necessary that you have to show your revenue. Okay, so there is a series A round of funding, there's a series B round of funding, C, and even sometimes it goes to D. And at a point when it reaches at a global stage, the company goes for IPO, right, where the shares are publicly traded. Now, for your company, let's say you're going to the venture capital round, for you to reach series A, there is also before that something called as a pre-seed funding round. Right now, what happens in the pre-seed funding round is you go to the investor and you say that, hey, Mr. or Miss XYZ, this is the startup I have, this is the product I have, right? And it's actually doing great. So I would like your money, XYZ amount, for a certain percentage of my company. Now, for venture capital fundraising, also, there are two particular types. One is a debt fundraising and one is a equity fundraising. Debt fundraising is not just, typically from the banks or the third party lenders, but once again, it can be about other financing companies as well. Okay. Now, the trick here is in debt funding, they won't be taking your equity. I hope I'm not going too complex. This is very basic, right? So equity is something, the shares that you hold, right? Corporate bonds, correct, Ramakrishnan. So when it comes to debt funding, it is not necessary for you to give up the, you can say, the shares of your company, the equity of your company, unless of course you pile up a debt so much that the collateral damage is your company shares itself. But once again, if the company is not making profit, then the bank is not interested in your company, right? Then perhaps it's your other assets like your house or any of your, you can say, savings or investments or any other investment portfolio. So the point here is, if you're going for the debt funding, the interest is going to be very good, but as long as you can pay it back by generating revenue, by showing a good, you can say, bank statement to the investors, you can always cover up that money. Here, you do not have to lose your company equity. Now, the second type of funding that I'm going to talk about is the equity funding, which is something I would generally encourage to the new beginner and entrepreneurs. Now, what happens in equity funding is when you go to an investor saying that this is the thing I have, and then they, be ready to finance you, you have to give up a certain percentage of your company equity. Right? That is how it works. Now, assuming that in Series A, let's say you drew up $100 million for, let's say, 30% of your company. Right now, 30% is not necessarily which will be given to one single investor, but it can be given to a series of investors, and all the investors details you as the company founder will be receiving. Now, my question to you is, what happens in Series B? Now, Series B always has to be a little bigger, you can say larger than Series A. And Series C has to be a little larger than Series B, because every single round of funding we go a notch above.